Imagine this, you're in your 70s and you're feeling as vibrant as ever, but small things around your home are starting to feel like a challenge. That one step in the bathroom feels a little steeper, the lighting in the hallway seems a little dimmer, and everyday tasks just take you a little bit more energy. But what if I told you that with a few proactive steps today, you could ensure that your home supports your independence decades into the future? Hi, I'm Dr. Brandy Archie, occupational therapist and founder at Ask Sammy, your go-to place for all the answers for caregiving. Today, we're diving into a topic that impacts all of us as we get older: how to thoughtfully prepare your home to support your independence throughout the lifespan. Whether you are planning for yourself or helping a loved one, these proactive steps can make a world of difference. So, let's get started. Let's start with practical things that you can do right now, today, to make an impact. First, let's think about improving our lighting. Yes, maybe it feels like it's a little dimmer. Okay, so let's compensate for that by putting in high efficiency LED bulbs, especially ones that say daylight or have 5,000 Kelvin rating. They're the brightest that we can create in man-made world to seem like sunlight. Putting that inside your house can really make a difference for the contrast in your reading and maybe seeing the difference between carpet and tile and each of your stairs. Let's also work on removing the clutter. I know your rug has been in the same spot for 25 years and it's never caused you a problem. But as your energy levels change and maybe we shuffle our feet or things are a little bit harder to do, it's a lot easier to catch a toe on that rug and cause a fall, or catch ourselves on that vase or that table leg that didn't ever stick out at you but is sticking out at you now. Make your pathways wider. You don't got to get rid of everything, but remove some of the clutter and give yourself more walking space. It'll help prevent a fall, I guarantee it. Consider installing lever-style handles. I'm talking about on your doorknobs and on your faucets. This motion of turning a doorknob can be really challenging when we have arthritis and a variety of other diagnoses and conditions. But as you upgrade things in your home, consider switching to lever style so it's easier to hit with a hand, hit with an elbow, and be able to still do everything you need to do. Also, secure those loose rugs and those cords. Make sure your pathways are clear. We talked about this already. If you want that 25-year-old carpet to stay in the same place, I'm okay with that, but let's make sure we secure it to the floor so it doesn't catch you. And if there's cords going across your floors, make sure we're moving them or putting them around the edges of the walls so they don't become trip hazards. Also consider adjusting where you keep things, especially in the kitchen. Avoid having to reach up high or step up on a step stool in order to get things. Maybe you keep a few more things on your countertops so you can access them more easily. And the same is true for bending down to reach in the back of those cabinets. Maybe we bring some of those things that we use most frequently up a level so we don't have to have that big change in our position, which can cause a fall. Okay, so let's switch topics and talk about financial planning. I know you don't want to hear this, but this is a really key part about being able to age well where and how you want to. So home equity loans and reverse mortgages, I know sometimes that sounds predatory, but when done right, they can really help make sure that you can make an investment into the home that you have so you can stay living there. They are a great way to fund your home modifications and save money as compared to moving into assisted living. If you're in your 50s or younger, please consider getting long-term care insurance. This insurance typically does not come with your health care, but sometimes does come with your employee benefits, and it pays for the care you might need as you get older of somebody coming to the house and helping provide meals or doing nursing care. It will also pay for nursing home care. The reason this is so important is because the cost for this kind of care continues to increase. And so when you purchase long-term care insurance, you are guaranteeing that you're going to have some level of coverage for something that our health insurance doesn't cover. And that way you can get the care that you need in the place that you need it at. Also consider budgeting for maintenance. Taking care of a home is not an easy task. And maybe in our younger years, we were up to the physical work of being able to do that. And it's a little bit more challenging to change those air filters or switch out light bulbs or clean the gutters, some of the maintenance things that are needed. But there are quite a few services that are monthly so that you can have someone come on a regular basis to help with some of those tasks in an affordable, manageable way. This is one way to really make sure that you can stay living in the home that you want to. Plus, this is really important for your resale value too, if you ever do decide that it's time to move out of that home. So let's talk now about family communications and your support network. This might sound scary depending on how your family works, but family meetings are a really great way to set aside some time to tell your family what your wishes are and the ways that you think you would need help in the future. Just make it open and regular dialogue. You might not even want to set aside a particular time. Just bring it up when the family is together. That way they know that you're thinking about it and they can also be thinking about it too. Consider delegating responsibilities, maybe even before it's needed. Identify who's great at or can help you with certain tasks. Do you have a daughter who already loves to cook? Maybe you ask her to make a little bit extra each time she cooks and bring it over to you so you have a few less meals to make. You got a son who is excellent at lawn care? Maybe he can also come over and take care of your lawn too. It doesn't have to be that all of a sudden you're unable to do all of these things and you need a lot of help. Sometimes it's just about taking a little bit off of your plate over time so that you can continue to maintain the things that you can do. And after a while, you might find yourself with a ton of support that really allows you to stay living in your home. Don't forget to dig into your local community resources too, because there are often a lot. Explore the support groups and the community programs that are designed for older adults. And if you need help with that, you can go to asksammy.com and we've got a ton of resources there to help you find something in your particular community. Now let's talk about tech. I know you're not a techie person, you don't like to deal with it, but I bet you still are texting your grandkids and looking on Facebook, which means you got enough tech skills to be able to use tech to support your independence. So when you're buying new devices like fitness trackers and smartwatches, you might also consider seeing what kind of health data it can track and what kind of things it can warn others about. Like, can it support telling somebody when there's a fall? Sometimes that stuff is built into our normal consumer electronics, so you don't necessarily have to buy a separate device to deal with that. You also might consider this in your security systems. Lots of people have video doorbells, and there are also video doorbells that come with locks. And so maybe you might want to install that so that now you've created another level of accessibility, so that from your phone you can lock and unlock your door. You can provide passkeys to certain people so they can get in the house, maybe even to emergency services so they don't bust your door down in case you need to call because you need help up from a fall. So consider that kind of tech to help with accessibility with getting in and out of your home. You also might consider trying to stay connected with some telehealth services. Even if the weather is bad, it might be nice to be able to connect with some of your medical professionals in a telehealth format. You can ask your primary care if that's a form that they provide. You can ask for any of your providers if that's something that they'll offer. And if not, maybe you consider choosing a provider that does. That way you still get the care that you need, even though you might have a hard time getting to them. Okay, let's think also about being proactive about our health and some of the legal things to consider. First of all, routine health checkups and routine maintenance we talked about for your house. We also need to do that for our bodies. Preventative care and adult vaccinations are both ways to try to make sure your body stays healthy so that we don't end up with illnesses that spiral into things that are bigger that could cause you not to be able to live safely at home. So make sure you have a primary care physician that you're seeing regularly. Physical activity is so important because our bodies are made to move. So find ways that you love and are easy for you to accomplish on a regular basis to keep your body moving. That might be exercises, it might be dance class, it might be going to the pool and having a swimming class. It doesn't matter. As long as you're moving your body, that's exercise and that's helpful. Also, don't forget about those legal documents. It's really important to establish a power of attorney and a living will to ensure not only that your wishes are followed, but also that things are in order for you in the case that you're not able to speak for yourself. So we talked a little bit about connecting with family, but it's also really important to have your social connection because isolation can be as dangerous as having a fall. I know that sounds weird, but that's one of the primary problems that happen for us as we get older. And just like our bodies are made to move, human beings as a species are made to connect. So it's really important that you maintain some of those social connections. Even if your mobility has changed or you don't like to drive as much, there are other ways to get that sense of connection. And so here are a few. Consider joining a local club or a volunteer program. It gives you a purpose for getting up for the day and puts some of the energy that you have to work for somebody else, which can be really helpful not only for the body, but also for our mind and souls. You also might consider some virtual socializing. You can use video calls to stay in touch with family and friends, or even meet some new friends that could be anywhere in the world. And don't forget about your hobbies and learning. Our minds really need to stay active, and so learning is really important too. So keep your mind engaged with maybe learning a new craft, or trying a new hobby, or reading, or keeping up with the news, something that keeps your brain going. Okay, now everything we talked about is preventative and proactive, which I love. But if you get into the situation where things are already changing and you need some more personalized assistance to make some changes happen right now because of what's going on with either your mind or your body, this is a great time to bring in an occupational therapist to help you with the home assessment. Our goal there is to learn about you, your environment, and what goals you're trying to achieve. And together we can come up with a set of solutions that can make it easy for you to achieve those goals in a safe way, in an affordable way, and a way that keeps you living in your home, tailored specifically to your needs. So in closing, aging in place isn't just about staying in your home, it's really about thriving in it. One of the reasons why I like to educate about this is because I've seen so many older adults living alone, struggling in their homes, isolated from everyone, because they feel like that's the only thing that they can do. Yes, they're living at home, which is the goal, but they're not thriving there. And so when you take these proactive measures over time, nothing seems like a big lift, and then you get to be able to thrive by staying in the place that you love. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe and share it with somebody else you know. And for more personalized tips and resources, visit us at AskSammy.com and just drop your question right into the search box in any format, and we'll give you something that'll work specifically for your needs. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you in the future.